So I hear a lot of people say that Conor McGregor won't be fighting Chandler. And this is what a lot of people believe. Mostly because they see Conor McGregor having this beef with USADA and talking about USADA and having an argument with USADA and not cooperating with them. And they see this and they go, this fight probably won't happen. And they're gonna show you all the pictures of Conor McGregor looking out of shape, drinking whiskey, looks unfocused. And they're gonna tell you that they just have this feeling that this fight won't happen. The same feeling that they had that Adesanya was going to beat Pereira. They were just so sure of it. And they just have that feeling that Conor McGregor won't be fighting Chandler. And it is absolutely ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But let's go play with that for a minute. Let's go roll with that thought. So if Conor is not going to fight Chandler, then who's Conor gonna fight? So now you encounter that problem of who else is there for Conor to fight, if not Chandler. Could you show me another guy that Conor McGregor did a whole tough season with other than Chandler? Can you show me another guy that Dana White himself said is going to fight Conor other than Chandler? I mean, there is no other guy other than Chandler that did a whole tough series with Conor, that did all the promotional videos, that shot the trailers and hyped it up. There's no other guy that Conor talked about fighting against. There's no other guy that Conor did a tough show with other than Chandler. You cannot find another guy for Conor McGregor to fight. Chandler is the perfect opponent. The UFC hyped it up. They did a whole tough show with these two guys. They wouldn't put all their money on doing a tough show and not make these two guys fight. So if you believe that Conor won't be fighting Chandler, then who is Conor going to fight? He's gonna fight for a title. Okay. Which weight class? He's gonna fight Islam? He's gonna fight Leon or Colby? It makes no sense. It really just makes no sense. There's no other guy out there that is the perfect fight for Conor other than Chandler. No other guy out there. Chandler's the perfect guy. They did a whole tough show with these two. And it's not like Conor doesn't want to fight Chandler. It's not like Chandler doesn't want to fight Conor. They both want to fight each other. And oftentimes you will encounter a problem when a fighter calls out an opponent. They call out an opponent and they don't get that opponent. They call out one guy, they get another guy. And usually the guy that is offered to them that they didn't call out, they don't want to fight him. And you always see that. you will always see that as a problem. That a guy calls out another guy, but gets a different guy, and they don't want to fight that guy. But Conor McGregor is not in that position. When he lost to Dustin Poirier, he never said, in my return, I want to fight this guy. Or I want to fight this guy. Or go to this weight class and fight that guy. He never did any of those things. He was tossing around ideas of fighting Gagey, of having a quadrilogy with Dustin Poirier, or fighting at welterweight. He was just tossing around ideas. He never actually called out a guy and stuck to it and said, I will keep on calling this guy out. I will keep on bothering him and hyping up the fight until he budges, until he replies to me. He never did any of those things. He doesn't care if he's gonna fight Chandler. He just wants to fight. It's not like he's trying to pick an opponent and he doesn't get that opponent. So now he doesn't want to fight him. No. He never called out anybody. And those people that believe that Conor won't be fighting Chandler, they must have lost their minds. I mean, you don't think that the UFC would try to make that fight happen? You don't think that if Conor needs some leeway, they're not gonna give him some leeway? You don't think the UFC will adjust to what Conor wants just to make that fight happen? You have the biggest mixed martial artist, biggest star in MMA, doing a tough series, of which will be the biggest one that they're ever gonna make. No doubt about it. This tough series will be the biggest show they're ever gonna make. It will be the biggest tough series that they're ever gonna make. You have the biggest mixed martial artist star in the world. You don't think that they're gonna throw all the money that they need to make that fight happen? They're not gonna adapt to what Conor wants? They're not gonna give Conor some leeway if he needs to? You don't think that they're not gonna do everything in their power to make that fight happen? That they're gonna throw all the money that they need to make that fight happen? I mean, they're not burning cash here, right? They're putting all this money on Tough to make that fight happen, to hype it up. They're trying to hype it up by doing a Tough show. And it will be the biggest. No doubt about it. They're not putting all that money on making the biggest Tough show in the world to the two coaches to just not fight. You don't think that they won't try to make that happen?